Good morning, 5th and 6th graders. I hope you're up and I hope you're working hard. Make it as easy as possible on mom and dad, grandmother, aunt, uncle, whoever you're with. Do your work to the best of your ability, show initiative, and be complete and thorough about it. Today I'm going to cover 3 lessons in history. So this will start from your assignment on Monday and it will go through today. I hope this will be a help, just like we would do here at school. We're starting a brand new chapter, as you've seen, chapter number 14, Other Countries of Western Europe. So in the last section, we talked a lot about England and the British Isles. What other countries are located in Western Europe and how do they affect Western civilization, which would be the United States, Canada, and other countries? Let's take a look. As you remember, in Italy, they were known for the powerful Roman Empire and the Christian martyrs. This, of course, was a way for us to learn from them. They spoke out about their faith. They were passionate about their faith. But it wasn't just Rome and Italy that had an impact on Western civilization. England and the Magna Carta that was written in 1215 was very significant and even helpful in writing and establishing our government and our constitution. Then you have Germany and the Protestant Reformation. And this was when Martin Luther stood up and he was passionate about knowing what you believe and standing for what you believe. Now, as you can see, Western Europe is located on this side, kind of in the grays and the beiges and the whites. This is Eastern Europe, and we'll talk about it later on. But it became known as the birthplace of Western civilization. Now, there are a lot of countries that make up Western Europe. Some of them are republics, like France. You have Ireland that is a republic, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, Portugal, and then you have some that are constitutional monarchies ruled by a king, a queen, a prime minister, such as Norway, Sweden, the United Kingdom, Spain. And so we talked a bit about the differences in a republic and a constitutional monarchy, and hopefully you remember that. Now, if you travel to the north, there are several peninsulas that are important to take note. This was in your book on page number 225 in the section called Wonders of World Geography, bottom left. Sometimes it's easy to skip over those. Don't do it because it will be on a quiz. So I'm giving you fair warning there. In the north, you have this peninsula. It's called the Scandinavian Peninsula, and it includes Norway and Sweden, the Scandinavian Peninsula. Then just a little south, you will see this land that juts up. That's actually Denmark, but sometimes it's called Jutland because it juts up into the water. Then if you travel south, you have the Iberian Peninsula. This includes Spain and Portugal, the Italian Peninsula, and the Balkan Peninsula. You should recognize those. That's home to Greece. That's home to Italy. This is a picture of Madrid, Spain, the capital. And if you'll take note over here, Spain is unusual because in some ways it's almost segregated from other countries in Western Europe. And here's why. You have the Bay of Biscay, that's this water area. You have the Pyrenees Mountains, which are the northern border, the northern boundary of Spain. It kind of blocks it from France. And then you also have down in the south the Strait of Gibraltar. We've studied that before, a little waterway that separates it from Africa. Now, I posed a question this morning on the Remind app, and I know not everyone can answer quickly. Some of you are learning in the evenings, and I understand that. To be honest, when you all get back, we may just have a party because we're back together again. So there'll be candy to go around. So don't feel like, well, I couldn't answer. I didn't have a way. It was just a fun way maybe to try to include some of you that will have the availability. But I asked the question, where in Spain could you find a place to grow rice and to train bulls? And the area is the Tidelands. It's in an area near Seville, and during certain months of the year, it's very swampy and wet. Therefore, that's good for growing rice. But then in the summer, the hot, dry regions, the ground is cracked and hard, and so therefore they can train bulls for their bullfighting, which I don't know why you would want to do that, but I know some people love it. What else is Spain known for? It's orange groves, olives. It's remembered, of course, for the Spanish Armada as well as exploration. We're going to talk about that more in a moment. And the matadors, the bullfighters. Here are some famous Spaniards that hopefully you read about. Cervantes. He was an author and wrote a book called Don Quixote. And then you have Hernando Cortez. You should recognize these names from prior history lessons. And De Soto, who was the discoverer of the great Mississippi River. South of Spain, you have the Rock of Gibraltar. Check out that massive rock. If you could see across that strait to the North African part, you would see another rock, and sometimes together they're called the Pillars of Hercules. Quickly, let me introduce Portugal to you. It's right on that peninsula, that Iberian Peninsula with Spain. It's a little narrow, vertical, rectangular country. Its capital is Lisbon. It is a republic. One of its claims to fame is the cork oak. Now, cork is a substance that is harvested from the trees about every 10 years, and cork can be used to stop up bottles. It can also be used in a practical way here in our classroom. For our bulletin board, we have a cork background, so you can push things into it, but it's harvested there in Portugal. These are a couple of important rivers: Oporto, the Tagus River. Of course, there's your capital, Lisbon. There's some Portuguese people. They speak the Portuguese language, but it's similar to Spanish. In the early, I believe it was 1500s, you have Prince Henry the Navigator. He was the son of the king at that time. He really encouraged, he was adventuresome, he encouraged exploration. He would even offer rewards if you were willing to go explore, risk your life. And so Prince Henry the Navigator helped to propel Portugal into a way of exploring that no other country really had done up to that point. You have Ferdinand Magellan. He sailed around the world. That was big because some people, as you know, thought the world was flat. You had Bartholomew Diaz, and he sailed all the way to the Cape of Good Hope, and some Europeans said that couldn't be done, but he did it. And so that was spurred by Prince Henry the Navigator, and that is not the slide for today. That is for another day. I hope this is helpful. Now remember, read within each paragraph, because sometimes they'll tuck questions from quizzes in the paragraph, so don't skip anything. Do your best. I can't wait to see you. I miss you guys, and hope to see you soon.